All right, welcome back to round 3 coverage, the 2021 Seviren Lang Memorial. Here's a look at our sponsors. My name is Ethan Jones, once again joined by Eric Lomax.
Hey everybody.
This coverage is once again brought to you by Sky Heiser. As we take a look at our leaderboard, we have Trevon Crowe, 14 down, Zach Arlinghaus at 13, and a couple of 11s with Cyrus Fuhrman, Brad Schick.
Yeah, and here we are at hole 6, 1,000 feet. You got OB on both sides, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And you really just want to get off the tee safe and have a nice open second shot to give you a fairly simple approach if you're doing everything right. One, you definitely want to start out with a birdie. There's not too much in your way. You just gotta have some good placement golf.
The drone coverage, of course, courtesy of GK from last year. You'll see the change of the basket. Get up there. Some of the flag lines will be different. Like Trevon's going to be looking to get a read on the wind here. The wind is definitely something that can play a big factor, especially when you have to land in bounds on this hole. The sloping fairway makes it tighter than it really is. He's going to play a nice wide hyzer, nice and high, and get down in a really good shape.
Yep.
Not really challenging the OB on either side.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to bite off too much. Just get off the tee and probably go a bit more aggressive on the second shot. It really opens up.
Yeah,
from
throw 330 a few times, and then you're there. It sounds simple, and plays a little longer than that in reality, but.
And from watching him second round, that guy did not expect a safe play, and he smashes that.
That's about 500 feet at least.
And he swung the camera around. That's a good sign.
He swung the camera around. Cameraman is not in a safe position. Zach on the tee. And being lefty, you got to say, if you're going to play for distance, it's a big advantage.
Yeah.
You can turn your shot with the slope and then fade into the hill rather than the other way around. Most of the right-handed players are just going to go for the hyzer play. This needs to sit down, and it's just fine.
Yep, that's a nice shot.
Sometimes you can get a skip, which would be unfortunate. The grass is going to be pretty grabby most of the time, but if you did happen to catch edge, it would be unfortunate.
And here is Brad Schick back on the coverage. And it looks like he's yanked that a little, but oh yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he's going to come back in. Should be just fine in front of that cage there. You can be stymied by that, and of course, right of that, it's going to be out of bounds. But it's like he managed to get a little farther than Trevon's safe shot. But this second shot is where the right-handed player can really pound one.
And it looks like he has.
Yeah, he never even had to turn the disc, just hyzer pretty much the whole way. And a good 4 or 450 on that one.
Yeah, that probably put him inside of 300.
Yeah, definitely.
Here is Cyrus on his second. Looks like he's got another good rip on that.
Hyzer up to flat.
And yeah, they're playing it right. You wanna go to the left a little bit. I think they all these players have a fine forehand, so it'll open up their.
Brad being up by the cage high on the hill, that opened up his forehand play, and he played that really well and got a lot of distance with the ground going away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can Zach reach this 2? Gonna try.
Got the angle.
Hard to get past the Guardians. Gonna be right up next to them, so that's about 120 feet.
Yeah. If you get up to those trees in 2, you're throwing some good shots.
Yeah, you've done something. Cavan with the chip up forehand.
Yep, nice overstable and a park job.
That's textbook if you want to play this hole for the birdie, safe hyzer, get your distance on your second shot, and then forehand into the green. Exactly what you want, and Brad's going to follow it up with a forehand of his own.
Ooh, almost went long OB, but he'll have outside the circle putt.
Yeah, Brad has a great forehand and a lot of control. That one got away from him just a little bit. Looked like maybe he got a little flatter than he might have wanted.
Cyrus, and that should be no problem. He's a solid putter, so that should be nothing.
Yeah, all these players are having a good weekend to be in this position, and they all bring some unique skills to the table.
That was very easy.
Man,
Probably wanted to ring that up for 3. That would have been nice.
had to be in the back of his mind, give it a little floaty bid there, but that's about as stress-free as you can get. Brad going back into the wind looked like never quite got that above the cage. Putting on the screen is difficult because it's so exposed and there is some swirling.
And it's a pretty big slope, so rollaways are very possible.
Yeah, I mean, just look at all the movement in the tree line behind. It looks like the Amazon rainforest with all the different species of tree there. But it gives you a good idea of what's going on.
Whoa, good catch. That putt looked dead center.
Yeah, it was a really good putt. Basket caught it as it should have. That would have been a tragedy if that didn't stay.
Yeah.
Chain Star Pros, once again, they got stiff chains.
Mm-hmm.
These are brand new.
They do like a firmer putt. There were a couple really easy birdies and a par for Brad.
Yeah, I know Brad's probably feeling a little disappointed. Most players in the field, especially in the top of the field, are going to want to pick up the 4 on that one.
Yeah.
Going into hole 7, we have a fun hole, par 3, 330. Straight downhill the whole way. You have about 60 feet short of the basket, this gap that you want to hit. Some people will play a hyzer wide to the right and kind of plinko a little bit. Some people try to shape a putter. The shaped putter is potentially more rewarding, but is much harder to do. It looks like Trevon is playing the wide route, but doesn't quite get the hyzer on it.
Yeah, just a little bit too wide. You can get lucky if you get just a little bit to the right, but that wide, there's a lot of really thick firs.
And if your shot is too pure or has a little bit of extra skip, there is out of bounds road behind it. Zach is definitely going for that pure line. He's going to be squeaking through the left side and hits I think a fortunate branch to slow him down, and it's going to be a great result. Cyrus playing the low right play, not overstable enough.
Yeah, it looked like it flipped over on him just a little bit. Threw his line off.
Yeah, that was very close to being the ideal for that kind of play.
Height was perfect.
Brad's going to go forehand, which is highly unusual. And he's going to get all the way through to 11's tee pad.
He might have a clean putt there.
He'll have a clean putt. It'll be about 50 feet, but it'll be clean. Yeah, this is a tough position. The good thing is he's outside the circle. He can fall forward. Doesn't. It's the cage. It was a really good effort. You can see it's a common collection area because there's almost no underbrush here.
Yeah. Looks like Cyrus has a little bit better of a spot. About the same distance, but he can stand up.
I kind of enjoyed this look on this hole. Get a chance to do that downhill run. Like he lost his shot there.
Well, it's on the ground, so it looks like it didn't quite stay in.
Yep. Well, low as well there from Brad. And Zach to get a birdie.
Great birdie.
Yep, rocks the basket. That can also be a little bit of a windy putt. Just goes straight in low.
Yeah, a bunch of pars. It would be strange to see bogeys on this hole, because you make it so far down the fairway if you have a halfway decent. Here we are at hole 8. Fairly simple. You will probably see forehands or a turnover backhand. The biggest difficulty here is the wind. You usually have a pretty stiff headwind, so you have to account for that. And if you do go long, there's that out of bounds parking lot.
Yeah, regardless of what the wind's doing at other holes, because of the bowl shape of this fairway coming off of that parking lot, it's almost always headwind anyway. But this sets up for lefty hyzer so well. I'd be surprised to see Zach not be anywhere except in the circle.
And as long as that's stuck, I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw 300 feet of power with a hyzer with that line, you know, you're going to be.
There's a little form replay. Good extension back. I mean, and it shows
He gets everything into the swing.
he can crush.
Trevon's a little high, swinging it wide. Does a good job. It's a good tool to have the power on the forehand and reach that there.
Here's the turnover shot. Flatten out nicely. And looks like a birdie.
That's the key to that line. You got to have something that's starting to come out at the end. Brad's going to throw as well. It's a little flat on him, but he's got a pretty even putt at it. No, it's not what Brad's looking for. Brad is of course, a Seviren Lane Memorial champion.
Just a little left side. Had the height right on that one. I think they'll be dropping for him soon.
Awkward footing again. Oof.
Makes good on it. That's a nice birdie.
Probably raised his heart rate just a little bit.
Yeah.
So on the uphill, Cyrus opts for the straddle. Even the weight out.
Good putt, good birdie.
Yeah. That's a good tip. If you're struggling with uphill putts, maybe just try a straddle. And Trevon's gonna go with more of a staggered, keeping his feet close together, which is another thing if you want to stagger on an uphill. Keeping your feet close together can help too.
Yeah, he was so close he didn't need too much weight transfer there.
Not a ton. So it looks like Brad's going to lose one of the card here, and I know he's not feeling like that was his best effort. But anyway, we're moving into hole 9. This is R3, 460, downhill, turning to the right. This is a bonus birdie, a scoring separator. Most difficult hole to par on the course, I believe. Between this and 16. So we'll see what's going on. You can get there with the lefty line. You got to push the woods and then fade just the right amount. It's a little bit more difficult than the turnover, I think.
Yeah, the right-handed turnover is not so much about power, just committing and hitting that angle, because you want a big flex shot.
It seemed like Zach was just playing for 3 there, which is what you'll see, honestly, a lot of people will do on this.
Yeah, you're probably picking up strokes on a lot of people. Just getting your par and moving on. And he was kind of flirting with that light pole.
Yeah, I
That
hit
telephone
that
pole.
last time I played this course.
Yeah.
It worked out okay, but it can definitely not.
It's kind of a nice focal point to aim at.
That one gets close as well.
And just hyzer in before it, but it happens. You can hit it.
So far, everyone's just playing for 3.
Yeah, it's a little early in the round to get really aggressive because there is an OB creek right behind it. So if you stall out or turn something over too much, easy par can turn into a 4 or 5 really quick.
That was a good reaction off of that limb to prevent Brad from going into those woods. Because once you get in there, the scramble is difficult. But as long as you're on the edge, you should have no problem at all.
Simple upshot. He'll have his par.
Oh, another easy hyzer.
And looks like he's going to give it a go.
Yeah, he got within about 70 feet. Never quite got that even with the basket.
That leaves a little tester.
Yeah, that's the thing. You are playing above this. You do have the creek behind it that you're not going to reach very much, but you're more likely to be in trouble due to either skipping away or having awkward footing in the woods line, and that kind of showed you the skip away version of that.
And it looks like that putt just got away from Trevon a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Finger malfunction. It's definitely something that occurs. He cleans it up, though. That was really solid.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Zach is I think he's further away than Trevon was. I think I'll just go and pace of play. That's a solid 25 feet.
Yeah.
And right on the pole.
Hit it with a lot of power. It was a nice, confident putt.
We got cleanups here. Everybody's going to walk away with a 3 on 9. I think no one is upset about that.
Yep. You're at hole 10. This is a tricky little par 3. There are a few different plays. If you want to do the righty backhand, you need to hug that tree line on the left and just penetrate straight. Get a little bit of lucky through the trees, and you have to deal with this elevated basket. A forehand flex line is also a pretty viable play here.
Yeah, lefty backhand with the same spin. It's the purest line. That's not turning enough. He knows it.
And that rough over there is pretty thick. There are gaps, but it always makes it tricky upshot.
So there's also an over-the-top line. Trevon is doing that. So this is entertaining to see.
This is the first time I've seen this.
Oh yeah, it's there.
Not too bad.
It's 20 feet pin high.
Yeah. Might be a little obstructed, but it should be fine.
See what Cyrus does. There's also kind of the medium hyzer play where you kind of aim at the bushes of the right and try to fade in just before. It's kind of the in-between play, and it looks like that's what he's going for.
Yeah, that looks great. Oh, yeah.
Brad's going to show us the flex forehand. We got to see just about every line. This needs to come out.
Little overturned, but...
Oh, but look there.
Yeah.
Not easy, though.
You might have a look here.
Looks like he just managed to get through. He's at the base of the construction there. He'll be able to tap that one out. Looks like these little trees are stymieing Brad here a little bit.
Gave it a run. Got some metal.
Trevon to get the birdie from the over the top.
Nice putt.
Yeah. This is one of those holes that not everyone's going to get, but you want to get. Kind of a 50-50 hole, I think, and this card's showing it.
Yep, and just some cleanups and no damage, but a good stroke for Trevon. I think that will give him the outright lead.
Yeah, able to reclaim that. All right, moving on. Hole 11. R4, over 600 feet. This is a tough one. You have a tee shot over those trees or through that gap in the wind into a landing zone area. You have to get far enough to be able to access a line. Extremely tight tunnel, downhill green, treacherous. I think this hole is probably the most dangerous hole in the course.
Yeah, especially you got OB running down the right side the whole time, and that is a pretty common mistake if you're the right-handed
That's
backhand thrower.
very common mistake, and if you have Trevon's power, then you can get into more trouble than the common throw would. That's going to be a pitch out.
Cyrus just... Oh, that's a really nice shot. He's not trying to bite off too much. Just get out there and give yourself a nice look at the next gap. And I think that this hole, with Zach being a lefty, gives him a clear advantage off the tee.
Yeah, I would say so. Like he gets this just to flat and perfect. It's going to be looking straight down the tunnel. He didn't even have to get that aggressive. Brad's in trouble.
Oh, wow.
He gets through. So he's going to have a chance to get up and down for a birdie look. And that's, yeah, you see where Trevon, he's just completely 100% pinched off of the angle. He's going to try this. And this is dangerous because it gets on a rolling angle. There is out of bounds in that tree line. So we'll see where he ended up when we get up there.
Yeah, Cyrus with his upshot. This is all about height control.
Yeah.
And that's a little high. Looks like it caught something.
Yeah, I got knocked down early. He's got a putt, though. Looked like he took a fairway driver, which is a little unusual.
Yeah.
But the extra speed, I guess, helped him get down there, even though he hit something. Mm-hmm. This one's slow, and Brad, he wants that back.
Yeah.
6 inches higher, he's parked. You just got to crest that hill. Nice shape for turnover, just a little bit too much turn.
Yeah, that was the perfect time right there.
Yeah. Well, you can see that this is tough. Trevon is in a good position. Nothing guaranteed.
Yeah, he had a nice scramble shot for a second.
Yeah. Too soft. I think the height was right. I think the speed was wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what this hole does to you, because if you come in too fast, it's gone.
And that's trouble. Oh, that's good.
Okay, that was in danger of going out of bounds.
Oh, and a nice roll.
He's going to get a nice roll. Brad's not having his best round today. I hope he can get things going here.
And a smart layup for Trevon. And almost a birdie there for Zach.
Yeah, very aggressive. Good to hit chains there. Yeah, so this is a pretty decent putt, actually. Not very dangerous. Yeah, that's well done.
Yep, nailed it. Yeah, that's a stroke on most of the field right there.
Easily.
Probably a few.
Yeah, this has got to be a 10%er or less, I would say, birdie rate. I believe Trevon's going to wind up with the 5 there. Being out of position. Some discussion happening.
All right, hole 12. Pretty much a dead straight shot. Gotta pick whichever disc you want to throw straight and hit your line. It is downhill. If you do go up high and fade out to the left, there is OB. But I'm thinking these people shouldn't have a problem with that. I think they're gonna hit their lines.
Cyrus with that birdie. Taking the tee box first. See the nice camera angle. This is a good looking shot into the green.
Yep, they'll have a putt for another stroke.
This is another dangerous hole. Like you mentioned in the whole preview, the out of bounds can come with any kind of kick. And that was straight down the middle, just a little low. 3 on this hole is not the worst thing in the world. But you know, I'm sure he really wanted to take advantage there.
Just a hair low for Brad.
Yeah. Same issue, straight down the middle. He's not happy with himself right now. So Trevon's opting for the forehand as well.
Oh.
That one gets through. Okay, so he's going to be in the casual water.
Yeah, then he'll have a putt.
Not an easy one, but he'll have a look.
I winked to the camera before I threw it. I love the line both ways. Perfect line right at the bridge. Just
Decent gallery. Oh, great kick off the tree.
Fortunate. Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to do is get one of those and drop in that water because you got to pull that out. Not, I mean, you don't have to, but it's casual. But at the same time, you don't want to stand in there. So it's the difference between a 20-footer and a 40-footer. Oh, Brad.
Man, that might get his round going. That was a huge putt.
Sometimes it's all it takes to get you jump started again. Get your focus back. Trevon's taking that casual.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Another nice putt.
How many times have you seen 2 people hit from this side of the creek?
Not
Also,
often.
Not often. All right, feeling a little loose. Flexing the neck there.
All right, Cyrus to keep pace with the rest of the card.
Cyrus just wants to, take a normal, everyday human birdie.
Yeah. Oh.
That's the last thing you want. You're the first one to tee. A difficult hole, you put it on the green, then you see 2 people hit long ones, then you don't convert yours. That's not a good feeling.
I won't say he was big putted, but it's hard to keep up
Yeah.
that pace.
I mean, it wasn't a, uphill 28-footer.
Yeah.
Anybody could miss that. Just not what you're looking for.
Nope. And an easy par for Zach.
Hole 13, this is another delicate par 4, I would say. It's got some good distance on it. You need to get out into that field in a position to attack, typically with an over-the-top shot, to to this pin position, but it's easy to be too far one direction or another. Getting too aggressive off the tee doesn't help you a lot. You'll probably see, I would imagine, all forehands here. Zach might go lefty backhand, but we should see the same spin from everyone. Brad's going to be inside there.
That makes it a tough second shot.
If birdie's out of the equation, it's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
I don't think you can birdie from there, but if somebody does, tell me. I'll be corrected.
It would be a really good flex shot, but it's possible.
It's possible. Trevon looks like he got more forward push on that one. So he's going to be in a position where he can get up and down. Cyrus choosing between two discs. I'm going to replicate what Trevon did. This one might be tight as well. Okay. It's okay. It's still going to be tough from there.
Yeah. You want to be just a little bit further to give yourself a pure hyzer line to the basket, because from there it'll probably have to be a flat shot and have to be shaped just a little bit more.
So this is another lefty advantage, I think, because you get all that backhand power. I think he probably played it a little wider than he would have wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand, too, that there is wind today, and all the wind on this hole is going to hurt you. All right, am I going to eat my words? Not sure where that ended up. Somewhere around in those trees.
Yeah. Well, I stand corrected. That was a really difficult spot. He was.
There could be a throw in, though.
Yeah.
You never know. How do you normally attack this tee shot?
I want to be closer to the OB on the left.
Do you throw a backhand or a forehand?
I would really just have to see how the wind's doing. If it's not too bad, I think understable backhand.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's real windy, you want to go with an overseeable forehand, and that is a park job.
Yeah.
That's a great shot.
He had the best position of the players so far. Took advantage of it.
Roller?
This is interesting. So last year we saw Nathan Queen, who is a left-handed player, attack this hole, and he still went with the over-the-top shot.
Yeah.
Just throwing a flex. So it is possible for the lefties. I'm not going to say that it's not more difficult.
Yeah.
You have advantage off the tee, but disadvantage into the green.
Mm-hmm. And for the forehand roller, he got up there pretty good. That was a really nice shot.
Wow, I didn't see where that finished, but got to rethink my life.
Oh, it makes good on it.
Wow, you couldn't see. That was a 45-footer.
Wow.
Even jump it. Straight up the hill. I think I quit disc golf.
Yeah.
Not really, but it's pretty impressive.
You just taught us a thing or two.
Yeah.
Ooh, and a nice putt.
Stays in. Basket almost got in trouble. It's like, get excited.
Yeah,
Let's
he's
go.
getting hyped.
It's like, come on, gallery. Be a gallery.
There's Trevon eating a granola bar for easy birdie right there.
About as casual as you can get.
Yeah. All right, here we are, hole 14. This is a nice big hyzer par 3. It is a tough putting green on this mound, so you want to put it close. If you're outside the circle, there's a good chance, unless you're Zach, you're going to lay it up.
It says 350. More like 450.
Yeah, it's a crush.
It's very uphill, and it's very windy. And you see Trevon, like, yeah. So that stump is the collection zone. Like, you think you're throwing it there, and we've obviously seen how far Trevon can throw.
Mm-hmm.
This is so deceptive, but it is a full crush from basically anybody. I think actually playing it a little wider helps you get there a little quicker. Because even the flexes have a hard time. Cyrus had a nice one there. Probably hard to see from the angle. I'd say about 25.
Yeah, the best shots I've seen are usually big hyzers over the road.
Yeah. There's just something about the way that sets up that's deceiving.
This, gotta wait for him just a little bit. Can't imagine he can try to run that.
I mean, he could try. This one looks like it's not going to turn enough. It's in the stump zone.
That was probably a layup regardless, so that roll away didn't hurt him too bad.
Right.
Well, he gave it a run. Feel like he needs to at this point, though. Final round, just sitting at 1 down.
Yeah, 6 back. You need something to happen. You see the wind here. Looks like it's pushing across. Ooh. That was a little spicy.
Yeah.
Laying it up, getting some action off the rubber mat. Unfortunately, it stays. That would be the worst feeling.
Yeah.
For that to kick up on edge and roll off of this treacherous green.
Trying to play it safe.
Trying to play it out.
But probably a good move. Sitting in the lead. No one else really had opportunity. Except for this one.
Yeah. Probably didn't feel like the wind was very favorable to his putt.
And he makes good on it. That's a great putt.
Yeah. Zach makes short work of that par putt.
Oh, and Brad stayed pretty close to give it a nice little run.
Yeah, landed nice and flat, and the grass is thick enough on the backside. I mean, as long as you're not on edge, you should be okay.
That's cool.
Scores after 9 holes. We've got a tie at the top. Cyrus only 2 back, and then Brad is trying to hang it around, see if he can make a push in the final 9.
All right, and we will see you in a little bit for the conclusion of the 2021 Seviren Lake Memorial.